Hi and welcome to CoreTemp Abrasives. You're watching this instructional video because you've scanned our patent pending QR barcode that appears on the label of every CoreTemp Abrasives product. This includes grinding wheels, cutting wheels, flap discs, and chop saw blades. We have several different types of flap discs. We have a fiberglass backed flap disc, as you see here, the black fiberglass backing. We also offer flap discs in a plastic or turbo style backing based on preference. Okay. Flap discs are fantastic products because they can do many different steps. Rather than having just a grinding wheel for grinding welds and a sanding disc or sandpaper product for finishing or blending, many flap discs based on its grit, 40 grit, 60 grit, etc., can do a variety of these steps. They can do heavy weld grinding all the way up to finishing based on the grain and the grit that's in that product. At CoreTemp Abrasives, we have products that are in a flat type 27 shape, and we also have products that are in a type 29 conical shape where the working angle is built into that product. Okay. If we take a look here on the flat surface of this metal table, we can see that the flat shaped product, and we also see the type 29 product, and if I press on it here, you can see all the flaps make contact with the surface of the metal, and as the operator is holding that tool at about a 10 or 15 degree angle, all those flaps are making contact. Once again, based on application, some people prefer the flat flap disc style, and some prefer that type 29 angle built into that product. One of the neat, interesting things about flap discs today with the technology is that you can have a standard style flap disc that is a thin profile, as you see here, or you can have what's called a high density flap disc, where there's an extra thick flaps. There's over 100 flaps in this product. This is fantastic for doing contouring, blending, and finishing. In a high density or a jumbo style flap disc, those flaps can compress. So if you put heavy pressure down on the surface of the metal, it'll be more aggressive. As you back off of the weight or the pressure on that flap disc, you can get various degrees of blending and finishing. A flap disc product is the only product that's made, abrasive product, that can give you up to 20 grit higher finishing than what it states on the product. So for example, if you have a 40 grit flap disc, it'll give you up to a 60 grit finish based on backing off the pressure applied when using that product. These products are made with premium zirconium grain. Okay, even though it's a sandpaper type product, if it's premium zirconium grain, we can take something like this metal sample we have here with these heavy welds on it, and we can not only grind that weld down very similar to how our grinding wheel would work, but we can also back off of it and blend that weld with the same product. So there are many cases now where you do not need two products to perform the application or the process. The nice thing about using a flap disc versus a grinding wheel for some of these applications is that a flap disc is very forgiving. You can see here on the surface of the metal in a close-up shot that there's a very smooth finish on the surface of that metal. There's none of that gouging and aggressive action that you would see with a grinding wheel. Call CoreTemp if you have any questions on any of your flap disc needs, and make sure to watch our other videos for grinding and cutting. Thank you.